Hey everybody, I'm Jacob with the Brick Bakery and I'm here at the SFW standing right here with Deborah who's been doing some wonderful builds. Hello Deborah and thank you for participating.
Hello, Jacob. Thank you for having me.
It's wonderful to have you here. Could you tell us please a bit about what it is that you brought?
I have brought Ponte Vecchio from Florence. It is a very old bridge from the 1300s, a medieval bridge in the middle of Florence, a very well-known landmark in Florence for all the tourists and the natives. Very special bridge because it is the only bridge that Hitler did not bomb in Florence because he loves this bridge. Traditionally, it was a bridge full of meat sellers, butchers in the medieval times, but is now well known for jewelry stores, goldsmiths, and tourist trinkets. And so I created it for the Italian community in Ottawa, Canada. They were having an Italian cultural week and they invited me to do a show of my models, and I brought quite a few models and promised them I would make them something Italian. So I had to rack my brains and figure out what could I do. I'm very interested in architecture, so this bridge appealed to me a great deal because it had not only the bridge and the whole engineering aspect, but it had the history and the architecture that you can see in the details here.
Yeah, sure. It's beautiful. I really like it. And it's very, very buildable, I imagine.
Buildable? Well, I used a lot of Google Photos. Yeah. It's quite accurate, I think. Color-wise is interesting because sometimes you see that the house was yellow and then the house suddenly became salmon-colored, depending on how they're painting it. So I had to choose colors as Lego as possible. And so buildable, it was pretty, yeah, it's microscale, so you can do a lot with it.
So your main goal was to get as accurate as possible?
Pretty much as accurate as possible. The footprint is quite, and I had to chop the bridge, of course, because it does continue. I had to decide how much I was going to do, how many spans, and I think it's quite accurate.
All right. And the other one, you brought two others here.
I have quite timely at the moment, but in 2017 I created a tiny little gingerbread house in the forest with some trees and some bushes, and I put it into a glass jar, and it was called Frosted Wonderland, the gingerbread house in the woods. And then I only did that because I had a little bit of dark orange. It's a little bit hard to find in plate. And then when I finally accumulated enough, and it was on my list of mocks to make, was a village. So now I have created a village with 4 houses and a church and a gazebo and a Christmas tree, all very sweet and very frosted also, yeah. Yes.
So your main inspiration for this wasn't the current gingerbread house?
No, not at all. I mean, there are other AFOs who have created gingerbread houses, yeah. So I've seen many of them online. I don't know that I've seen any villages or more than one building together or microscale, but it was my intent to build a mini fig scale, but there's not enough dark orange easily accessible to do that scale, so I thought, well, just go with micro. And it worked out well. Travel's better.
Yeah, all right. So what, I imagine it's different things, but what's your main challenges when building stuff like this?
Well, if I'm coming to an event across the ocean, getting it into a suitcase or shipping. So this bridge is 3 main pieces plus the platform, but this long one has to be sort of chopped in half without having it look like it's 2 pieces coming together with Technic brick. So I had to actually disassemble a little bit to get it into 2 pieces that would fit into a suitcase, and then put it back together here and hope that I didn't lose any bricks along the way, break any bricks, or have them very missing and very evident. Yeah. And then when I did put it back together, there were a couple of pieces that I disappeared somehow, and I had to make do with what I had.
That's what Lego does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing broke. Nothing was, so I'm very lucky.
All right, so you said that you actually build a lot of models. If we want to see more of your work, where can we go to? Is there a web page or something?
I have a Flickr page, and it's called Buildings Blocked, BLOCKD. But Deborah Higdon, Higdon, you can find me there. I have a Facebook page for Buildings Blocked also. I am on Instagram and Twitter, but more prevalent on Flickr and my Facebook page.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Deborah. It's great talking to you.